All right, guys, CP Cards and Dice. Welcome to Cards and Dice TV. And it's been a pretty busy day today. We've done a couple of tutorials and we played an inside pitch 1976 Seaver game. This is start number 28 for Seaver, and Seaver is 15 and 4, 6.9 ERA. And he will be facing the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. And it's going to be Buddy Harrison leading off as shortstop, Wayne Garrett, third baseman. Batting second, batting third is Cleon Jones. Cleanup is Eddie Kranepool at first base. Kenny Boswell is second baseman, batting fifth. Batting sixth is Ken Singleton, the right fielder. Seventh is Jerry Grody, the catcher. Eighth is Don Hahn, the center fielder. And Tom Terrific is batting ninth. So let's get started. And the way you play deep drive baseball is you throw 3 D10 and you read the red and white. 0 to 50 or 49 is going to be off the batter, and then 50 to 99 is off the pitcher. But there's always that twist where you get a deep drive chart off the batter. This is going to be 0-0. It's a deep drive for Buddy Harrelson. Excuse me, with an 8. That's a 71, and that is going to be a double, one hop off the wall. So Buddy Harrelson gets into one and drives it. But showed some there. All right, so now once we have a batter on base, I left my 20-sided die somewhere else. Got another 20 here. All right, I was playing outside. I got a bunch of dice. All right, we roll the D20 to see if we get that 1, and we don't. Here's a pitch to Wayne Garrett. Doyle Alexander's on the mound for the Dodgers, and it is not. So L4. Garrett hit it right on the screws, but right at the second baseman. All right, we're going to roll that D20 again. And we don't get it. Here's a pitch to Cleon Jones. Cleon Jones, probably the best Mets hitter. That's a 66, and that is defense. Defensive chart. Let's see what happens there. Defensive chart 68, and that is a if the second baseman is at least a 3, a fever. Let's see if he's at least a 3. And he is a 3, so he gets to that ball. Moving to third is Harrelson. And here's Eddie Kranepool. That's a 60, and that's line drive. Base hit. RBI single. 2-out single for Steady Eddie. He's on at first. Mets are up 1-0 here in 1971 at Dodger Stadium. So that 20-sided die, if there's a 1, we roll for a wild pitcher pass ball. Here's Kenny Boswell, left-handed hitter. That's a 46 and a 3, and that is a chopper to third baseman. Third baseman Allen charges it, bare hands it, fires the first, and in time to retire the side. Let's pick up a 1 on 2 hits. We go bottom of the first. See how Seaver does in this game. I don't want to have to pull him, but you know, if he just doesn't do well, he doesn't do well. That's an 88. That's an easy out. A chopper to the first baseman, Eddie Kranepool. He's there. Steps on the bag ahead of the speedy Wills. Bill Buckner, left-handed hitter, 65. That's strike 3. So Seaver strikes out Bill Buckner. Bill Buckner, 17 years later, no, 15 years later, will be in Game 7 of the 1986 World Series. Tom Seaver, both on the same team. Buckner with the Red Sox and Seaver with the Red Sox. And here's Willie Davis. Here's the pitch, and that's a 98. Easy out for the shortstop. Harrelson fires the first, and to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. And it's Kenny Singleton. Kenny Singleton with an 80 and a 4, and that is a slow chopper to the second baseman, Lefevre. Throws out Singleton. And it's a 78 and a 78 and a 6, and that is ripped to second base. Lefevre there. Whips it over to first, 2 down. And it's Don Hahn with 2 out here in the top of the second. It's 1-0 Mets. That's a 36 and an 8. That's lifted to right. Right fielder is Bill Buckner. He's over and squeezes it for the out, and that retires the side. Tom Seaver in the bottom of the second is going to face Dick Allen. What a player Dick Allen is. Got it. Good ball player. Batted 295 with 23 home runs in 71. Crawford, Dick Allen, Crawford, and LeFever. So the Dodgers have a pretty decent team. Dodgers were 89 and 73, second in the NL West. That's a 36 and a 9. And that's defensive result. See what happens here. See if the Mets defense can come through for Tom Terrific. That's a 68. And a 68 is a ground ball to the second baseman, Boswell. Let's see what Boswell, I believe, is a 3. And, oh, no, he's a 2. Let's see. Oh, 68. That may be a ball that he bobbles. 68. And the 2, it is. It's an E4. So there is a runner on base on an error. So Dick Allen is on base. And here's Willie Crawford. Willie Crawford, not a great hit and run guy, so we're not going to hit and run with him. I try to look 67. I try to do my hit and runs early. That's a strikeout. And here's Joe LeFever, or Jim LeFever, excuse me. And let's see, 22. And again, that's another defensive result. Another defensive result. So we're going to roll and see what happens here. It's a 42 this time. And a 42 is going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. And throw to first. High throw. E6. 2 errors for the Mets in this inning. First and second with 1 out. And here comes Wes Parker. He's a switch hitter. Here's the pitch from Tom Terrific. And that's a 69. That's a strikeout. So Wes Parker goes down swinging on a Seaver fastball. And it's Tom Haller. Tom Haller, the catcher. Lefty specialist. It's a 25 and a 2. And again, a defensive result. Holy smokes. Let's see what happens here. And that's a 32 this time. And the 32 is going to take us to the range chart. Range chart is a 53. And a 53 is going to be a ball that hits hard. And after it is Harrelson, he gets to it. And he flips to second for the force. 6-4, and that will retire the side. So Mets defense really let down Seaver in that one. No runs, no hits. And in this one, there was no runs, no hits, but 2 left on 2 errors. And it's the top of the third here. 1-0 Mets. Doyle Alexander versus Tom Terrific. And it's a 40 and a 3, and that is a ground ball to the third baseman. Throws across the diamond. 1 down. Next is Buddy Harrelson. Buddy Harrelson switch from the left side. That's a 66, and that is a defensive result. It's a 50, defensive 50, and that is, let's see, check pitcher fielding. And that will be an error on Doyle Alexander, and Buddy Harrelson is on. So 3 errors so far in this game. 2 by the Mets, 1 by the Dodgers. So 1 out, 1 on, top of the third. And Wayne Garrett bats from the left side. Let's throw that D20, see if it's a wild pitch. No, there isn't. Here's the pitch. It's a 42 and an 8. And that 8 says a fly ball. Left field. Right there is Willie Crawford, and he squeezes it for the out. 2 away. Here comes Cleon Jones. He's the big nuts. Batting at around 320. Here's a pitch from Alexander, and it's a 95 and an 8, and that's a fly to left again. And that retires the side. No runs, no hits, 1 left on the error. We go to the bottom of the third, 1-0 Mets. Maybe the pitcher coming up. And that's a 35 and 9. Oh, and that's going to be a strikeout. Seaver with his 4th strikeout of the game. Next is Maury Wills. And a 14 is a base on balls, and Wills always a threat to steal. And a 1B minus 1, that's a 0B, so he's not going to be going. We only have 15 stolen bases. Oh, and that's a 1, so that could be a wild pitch or a pickoff. We don't know. 32. 32 says pitcher wild, Seaver F, and Seaver is a C, so that will be a wild pitch. So that puts the tying run at second base on the wild pitch by Seaver. that is when the second place batter is up. There we go. All right. And it's Bill Buckner with one out and one on. Time run at second base. And throw that D20. And it's a 66, strike three. Seaver blows a fastball by Buckner. Second time he gets Buckner swinging. And here is Willie Davis. Willie Davis, a 309 hitter. So this is trouble for Seaver, and it won't be 89. That's line to right field, but right there is the Met right fielder, Kenny Singleton, for the out. No runs, no hits, a walk, one left on. And after three complete, it's 1-0 Mets. Steady Eddie Kranepool hitting it off here in the top of the fourth for the Mets. Oops. Deep drive baseball plays beautifully, 54, and that's line. Base hit, center field, played on a hop by Willie Davis. Gets it in quickly to the second baseman, Jim Lefebvre. Kenny Boswell is up now. Boswell's a good candidate for hit and run. Let's try it there. He's got no strikeouts. Only strikes out probably on the pitcher's card. That's an 85 and a 2, and that's grounded to the first baseman. Oh, so and Wes Parker grabs it and steps on the back. So that moves Kranepool to second base. Kenny Singleton is up now. Here's a pitch from Doyle Alexander. That's a 65, and that is a base on balls. So that puts runners on first and second, and up comes Jerry Grody. Oh, so once we may have a pitch ball, one of those 54. So 54 tells us that's a wild pitch, B, C, D, or F, and it is a B, so it is a wild pitch. So everybody's going to move up, and that is with the seventh place batter batting. And I'll put that as the same. And that puts runners on second and third. The infield is going to be brought in now against Grody. And we're going to throw that D20, see if we get an extra wild pitch or special. It's a 92 and a 7. A 92 and a 7 is a fly to left field. Let's see if we can squeeze something out of this. Fly ball left field. Wait a second. Question mark, who's on third base? Eddie Kranepool. Let's see what his running ability is. Eddie Kranepool is blank, and Boswell is blank. Okay, so we have a chance to try to score. We're going to try to score. See what happens. Oh, boy. 5-4, and I believe he does make it. I believe he does make it. 5-4, he's average, and he does make it. So sacrifice fly, 2-0 Mets. All right. And Kenny Singleton stays at second. And it's Don Hahn. Now, here's the pitch from Doyle Alexander. And that's a 60. That's line base hit. Don Hahn strokes one to left. And Kenny Singleton, I think he's very slow. So he's not going to be going anywhere. So he'll be stopping at third base with 2 outs. And here's Tom Seaver. Tom Seaver grounded out to the third baseman in his only at bat in the third inning. 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Alexander. That's a 92 and a 1. It's popped up middle of the infield. Right there is Wills calling for it. And let's pick up a run on 2 hits and a walk. They leave a couple. And at the end of 3.5, it's 2-0. That's it's going to be Dick Allen leading it off against Seaver, Allen, Willie Crawford, and Jim Lefebvre. And that's a 28 and a 7. 28 and a 7 is a strikeout. That is strikeout number 5, number 6 for Tom Terrific. Here's Willie Crawford. Crawford batted 281. He's 37 and a 4, and that's a soft grounder to the shortstop, who charges it bare hands and fires the first, and just gets Crawford by half a step. The speedy Crawford, very fast. Jim Lefebvre, slow base runner. Two outs. Here's the pitch from Tom Terrific. He's 63 is strike three, and that's number 7 for Tom Terrific. 3 up, 3 down. 4 shutout innings for the franchise. Top of the 5th, Bud Harrelson. Pitch from Doyle Alexander. He's 77 and a 1, and it's popped up. Shortstop Wills squeezes it for the out, 1 away. Next is Wayne Garrett, 2-0 Mets, 74. 74 and a 6, and a roller to shortstop. Up with it is Wills and fires to get Garrett. 2 out, nobody on. That's a 30-0, and that's defense. So defense, we roll right here. See what happens. 8 in a row. Go to the top of the 6th. Top of the 6th is Cranepool. Cranepool, who's 2 for 2, and Boswell and Singleton. Here's a pitch from Doyle Alexander. It's an 86 and a 2, and that is a comebacker to Alexander, who feels his position, throws out Cranepool, 1 away. Next is Kenny Boswell. That's 17. That's ball 4. So Boswell's on with a walk here in the top of the 6th. Not a base stealer. Kenny Singleton. Kenny Singleton has some power, not a lot of power, but he's strike. Oh no, that's going to be a defensive check. Defensive check, and we're doing that. It's a 99, and that is going to be to the right fielder, and it's off the right fielder's glove. Unless he's a 5, I do not think Bill Buckner's a 5 in right field. I highly doubt he's a 5. He's a 4 actually, which is really good. Early in his career, he had really good legs, but it's going to be an E. What did I say? 99. It's going to be an E9, and both teams have 2 errors, and that's going to push Boswell to. It's going to be 2nd and 3rd now. So 2-base error by the right fielder, Bill Buckner. 2nd and 3rd, infield's going to be in. Deja vu all over again. Last time, Brody hit a sacrifice fly. It's 2-0 Mets. Here's the pitch from Alexander. It's a 90 and a 7, and this is going to be a sacrifice fly. Kenny Boswell, I think he's average his speed, and if he is, he'll probably score on a sacrifice fly. We'll see. This is to right field this time, so this is a little bit of an advantage for the F9, and this is they're gonna give him a chance to try to score. So let's see what happens, and that's a 15, I believe, that he does score. All right, sacrifice fly again, 2nd sacrifice fly for Grody. 2 RBIs for Grody in this game, and he's 0 for 1 with 2 RBIs. And staying at 2nd is Singleton, and here's Don Hahn. And that is a 76 and a 2, and a 2 is a comebacker, Doyle. Throws him out, and that's 1 run on no hits, an error, and a walk. And we go bottom of the 6th. It is 3-0 Mets. Maury Wills out of the order for to grab it. That's an 83 and a 5, and that is a hard hit ground ball to the 2nd baseman, Boswell. Scoops it and fires the 1st to get Buckner. Buckner's 0 for 3 now. Willie Davis steps in the box. On deck is Dick Allen. There's a pitch from Seaver, and that is a 55. That's line base hit. And that's going to bring up Dick Allen with good power. Hit 23 home runs. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. So that D20, and this is going to be a 35. That should retire. Oh no, that's defensive check. Defensive check. We don't know what's going to happen now. That's going to be a 48, and that is a comebacker. Nice play by Seaver. Over to 1st, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. Top of the 7th. Seaver's got a no hit, a shutout going here. A 2-hit shutout, I believe. No, 3-hit shutout. 4-hit shutout, excuse me. All right, Tom Seaver's leading it off against Doyle Alexander. Let's start counting up Doyle Alexander's points. He's got 11 points. So we'll write that here. And he's gone 6 innings. So that's -6. That leaves him with 5. He's given up at least a run. That leaves him with 4. Through the lineup, it's going to be 3 times. That's going to leave him with 1. So he can still go this inning. Actually, this may be his last inning. because this will be the next batter who'll have gone through the lineup 3 times. That will be a -3. All right, here's the pitch to Seaver. That's an 85 and a 3, and that is chopped to the third baseman. Dick Allen, strong arm, goes out Seaver easily. Next is top of the order, Buddy Harrelson, who's 1 for 3. And a 26 and a 0. That's line and caught by Maury Wills. 2 down. And it's Wayne Garrett. Here's a pitch to Wayne Garrett, a 26 and a 9, and that's a fly to center. Can of corn for Willie Davis. And now he's down 7 plus 3, that's 10, plus he gave up a run, that's 11, so we'll have to pull him here. And let's see who we can. It is 3-0 Mets. Seaver with a 4-hit shutout, pitching a heck of a ball game. Let's see if he can keep it up. All right, in this inning, he's going to be facing Willie Crawford 0 for 2, Jim Lefevre 0 for 2, and Wes Parker 0 for 2. Let's see what happens. Tom Terrific. And that's a 53, and that's going to be a ground ball and through the right side for a single. 5th hit allowed by Seaver. And here's Jim Lefevre for that 20-sided die. And uh-oh, that's trouble. That's going to be a line drive base hit, and that's going to send Crawford to third. So it's 1st and 3rd now for Tom Terrific. Infield's back looking for the double play. They're willing to concede a run. And here is Wes Parker, and that's trouble again, 14. That's a base on ball, so that loads the bases. So after 6, allowing only 4 hits, Seaver allows 2 hits and a walk, loads the bases for Tom Haller, a pinch hitter, and then the top of the order. So let's see if Seaver can work his way out of this trouble. And it's a 76 and a 7, and oh, just missed being a 76 is a strikeout. Okay. And here comes a pinch hitter. And let's see who it's going to be. Let me go quickly to the roster in PC Baseball. PC Replay Baseball. I use the roster there, and we'll see who's Alexander. Okay. It's a double. Ah, crap. All right. So we'll fix that. Hold on. I hate when I do that. Okay, so then it's going to be a G4 and then a single, a crane pool. That drives in a run. And hold on a second. Just got to Wills. All right, let's see who's going to pinch hit for the Dodgers. And you know what? It could be a kid named Sims. Let's see, Sims. Oh, there he is. He's a left-handed hitter. He's going to come in, see what he can do against Seaver. All right, bases loaded. Infield's back, trying for the double play. Here's Duke Sims. Oh, it's a potential wild pitch pass ball. Let's see what happens. It's a 55. 55 says wild pitch, and that's going to score a run. So wild pitch. While number 9 was batting. And everybody moves up. Number 9, he moves up to third base, and he moves up to second base. And Sims is still up. And we need Seaver to get out of this 10, and it's not going to do it. That's a base hit. And Wes Parker may score and tie the ball game. Knew this inning was going to be trouble. So he's blank, but that is not. There's going to be 1 run that's going to score. The other one's going to stop at third. So RBI, pinch hit RBI single by a guy named Duke Sims. He's a catcher, pretty decent catcher besides. And the score now is 3-2. 3-2 Mets. There's only one out, and Seaver's struggling a little bit here. More Wills. Maury Wills is up with a runner on first and third. And he rarely strikes out, so we're going to try to hit and run with Wills, see what happens. That's a 29 and a 6. And that's going to be a ground ball. Oh, you know what? The infield's going to have to be in. And infield is in on a hit and run. Sims is not going to. All right, so it's going to be a with one out. It's going to be a play at the plate, and it's a 4-2. They throw out Parker, moving to second is Sims, and it's going to be a fielder's choice for Wills. So that puts runners on first and second with 2 outs. Bill Buckner. Can Seaver get through this inning? If he does, 42 and a 3, and that is a top to third. Third baseman right there. Garrett fires the first in time, and 2 runs score in that inning. 2 runs on 3 singles, a walk, and a wild pitch. And it's a 3-2 ball game. We'll go to the top of the 8th. It's going to be Cleon Jones. So we're going to have pitching here. We're going to have to check that out. We're going to use the pitch in this situation. All right. K. And then a G6. Oh. All right. Now I'm using the roster for PC Replay Baseball. Let me go in here and find out who's going to pitch. It's going to be Nicholson. He's almost used up. We're going to look at Brewer, Jim Brewer. We'll bring him in. All right, so Jimmy Brewer comes in. Nicholson's almost used up. And it's going to be Cleon Jones against Jim Brewer. Here's the pitch from Brewer. It's an 89 and a 0. That's line and caught by Wills. 1 up, 1 down in the top of the 8th inning. It's 3-2 Mets. Steady Eddie Kranepool with the 13, and he rips one. Strokes one to right center field. Cut off by the center fielder, Willie Davis, and he gets it in. That's the 3rd hit of the game for Eddie Kranepool. And Kenny Boswell now. Kenny Boswell, good hit and run candidate, and there he goes. And that's a 15. It's a base on ball, so we'll see what that becomes. Hit and run chart. My result is an 8. Let's roll again. Roll again for the batter, but lead runner gets a stolen base if they are F or F, and the roll. Okay, no. Otherwise, it's caught stealing. So he's not. It's caught 6. Eddie Kranepool, 2 out now. He's pitched the 37. Yeah, 37 to 6 is ripped to short. Wills, tough hop. Fires the first, low, scooped out by first baseman Wes Parker. Great play by Parker. No runs, 1 hit. Bottom of the 8th. We're leaving Seaver in there. I mean, I don't think I have anybody in my bullpen that's better than Seaver. Here's Willie Davis. That's a 22 and a 4. That's a defensive result. Mets defense really hasn't held their own. Let's see what they can do here. And they will. It's a great play by Buddy Harrelson. And he fires the first to get Willie Davis by half a step. Willie Davis doesn't think so. He's standing by first base. The coach tells him, be on your way. Here's Dick Allen. He's got a lot of power, Dick Allen. That's a 20, and that is a base on balls. Good eye for Allen. At a 395, led one of the league leaders in on-base percentage. Willie Davis now. I'm sorry, Willie Crawford. Here's a pitch from Seaver, and that's a 62. Strike 3. Seaver with his 9th and 10th strikeout of the game. Two outs now, and here comes Jim LeFever. Seaver's got a couple of wild pitches. He's got at least one. Two wild pitches today. And that's a 0-9. That's going to be line base hit. That's going to send Allen to third base. First and third. Pressure's on Seaver here. Seaver's allowed 1, 2, 3, 4. He's allowed 4 hits so far in this game. But he struggled a little bit in the last inning, so we're going to get some action in the bullpen here. This may be Seaver's last batter, Wes Parker. Going to throw that D20, see if there's a wild pitch, pass ball, blah, blah, blah. Here's a pitch, and that is a 20, strike 3, and Seaver gets Wes Parker with a tying run at third base to strike out. No runs, 1 hit, and it's 3-2 Mets going to the top of the 9th inning. Good ball game. We believed in Seaver, and he proved us right. Did not let us down. Right, Jim Brewer from 2. He's going to face Singleton, Kenny Singleton, switch hitter batting from the right side. That's a 45 and a 2, and that is a ground ball hit hard to the first baseman, Wes Parker, who scoops it and steps on the bag ahead of Singleton, who doesn't run very well. Here's Jerry Grody. That's an 80 and a 2, and that is a comebacker to Brewer. Feels his position and throws out Grody. 2 down, and here's Don Hahn. Danny Frizzell is warming up in the bullpen, and that's going to be a base on balls off Brewer. So Hahn walks. And do we pull Seaver? He's gone, or do we let him go? I mean, he struggled towards the last 3 innings. The last 3 innings, he's given up 4, 5 hits, 2 walks, wild pitch, and I think we're going to pull Seaver. We're going to bring up a pinch hitter, and then we're going to bring in Danny Frizzell to finish it off, pick up a save, potentially. Frizzell died in 1977 in a crazy dune buggy accident. And we're going to bring in Don Clendenin against Brewer to bat. Clendenin to bat for Seaver. See what happens. Don Clendenin, good power. 1 run on and 2 outs. Here's a pitch to Clendenin. That's a 69, and that is strike 3. Clendenin has a tendency to strike out. No runs, no hits, 1 left, the walk, and it's 3-2 Mets. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Danny Frizzell. I just saw Seaver really struggling at the end there, so I decided, okay. So here's Danny Frizzell. Frizzell is 1.99 ERA with 12 saves, and it's Tom Haller. Tom Haller is 0 for 3, and then we're going to see a pinch hitter. And that's a 30 and a 2. And that's a comebacker to Frizzell. 1 away. Let's get a pinch hitter. Let's see who we can bring in as a pinch hitter. And Singleton is up. All right. Let's see who else. We're going to bring in Manny Mota. Manny Mota is one of the premier pinch hitters of the 70s. What a great player. He was never a starter for a long time. In other words, he's had a couple of seasons where he had 400 some at bats. But other than that, he was always like a part-time guy. Manny Mota. But man, he could hit. I remember him being a star pinch hitter. So Mota's coming in. The Dodgers are down by 1. Danny Frizzell is in line for a save here, but he's got to face the tough Manny Mota. With 1 out, Manny Mota bats from the right side. Batted 312. Here's a pitch from Frizzell. That's a 36 and a 0, and that is lined and caught by the third baseman, Wayne Garrett. So Manny Mota stroked it, but right at the leaping Garrett, who timed his leap perfectly. And here's Maury Williams with 2 outs. The Mets are 1 out away from taking this game by a score of 3-2, and Seaver would pick up the win, of course. But it's not over yet. That's a 40, and that is a ground ball to second base. Second baseman, Kenny Boswell, over to first, and the ball game is over. Danny Frizzell picks up a save. Seaver with the win. Seaver improves his record to 16-4. He goes 8, He allowed how many hits? 5 hits. 5 hits. That's it. And 2 runs, 2 earned runs. He walked a couple towards the end, 3 altogether in the game. But he struck out a bunch. And no hit by pitch, but he did throw 2 wild pitches there. In his 34. And he basically just gets 3 regular outs. But he does pick up a save. And that's it. The Mets win it by a score of 3-2. A heck of a ball game. And Mets, how many hits did the Mets have? They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits for the Mets. And 5 hits for the Los Angeles Dodgers. So it was Mets 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors. The Dodgers 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors. Seaver wins it. And I have to input this information into my stat keeper, PC Replay Baseball. And that's it, guys. This is CP Cards and Dice saying thanks for watching. And Mets win it. Seaver wins it. Pitches fairly decently until the end. And at the end, he struggled a little bit. And but we brought in Frizella, and Frizella got the last 3 outs. And Mets held on. So that was August 16th, 1971 against the Los Angeles Dodgers. A replay of that game in Seaver's 1971 season, which was an amazing season. Next, I'm going to do replay. I'm going to use Replay Baseball to do Seaver's 1973 season. And then I'm looking to 1975. These are the seasons where 71 he should have won the Cy Young. 73 he did win the Cy Young. And 75 he did win the Cy Young again. I'm doing 76 as well, because that was the last official season that he plays the whole year with the Mets. I want to play that season as well. He was definitely impressive in 76 as well. So anyway, this is CP Cards and Dice. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later.